Number 10, Aaron Gordon. Starting at point, at 6'3" inches, number 0, Russell Westbrook. And starting guard, number 18, James Harden. Your head coach is Mike D'Antoni. Let's hear it for your Houston Rockets.
Welcome, everyone, to Noche Enabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and we have David Aldridge on our sideline. And our special guest tonight, welcoming in Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, Kevin, man, great to be here. I hate being up in that studio sometimes. I love it down here,
We
man.
need you courtside.
Oh,
we
man,
need you
it feels so
courtside.
much better being with you guys and them other two.
DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you. Houston now has a star pairing with Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Harden said of his longtime friend,
Oh, that's a great story. David, thank you.
The NBA is such an international phenomenon, Kenny. Tearing up this league are some young guns who started outside of the U.S.
Yeah, Giannis, Jokic and Doncic, they come to mind. They're probably 3 of the top 10 players in basketball right now. It's not, I don't even say it anymore. I don't say international player. I just say he's a player now. I never think about Giannis as an international player anymore.
Our game's been global for so long now that's a great point because, we had Dirk and we've had Nash and we've had Akeem. Some of our all-time greats weren't from America.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gilgeous Alexander out there with Chris Paul. Then there's Gallinari. Then it's Junior. And it's Nader in at the 3. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. There's Gallinari with the 3. It's good from long range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Westbrook. Over Paul. Westbrook, no good. Outside, Gilgeous Alexander. Here's Nader, guarded by Harden. Five on the clock. Here's Junior. It's tipped.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker. Using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Gordon, the pass to Covington. It's blocked. Now, here's Junior. Coming off a solid outing against Portland. And here's Covington. And the foul called on Junior. That is his first foul of the game. Kenny, I'm going to ask you to look into your crystal ball while you are here sitting by us courtside. In 5 years' time, who do you think will be the top 5 teams in the league?
5 years.
Let's go ahead here.
Well,
don't you think like a Dallas would probably?
Dallas
Yes.
will be there. The Lakers probably still be there if Anthony Davis is healthy. The New Orleans Pelicans will be around. Zion turns out
Zion
to be
is what we think he
what he'll
is,
be
right,
around. And then after that, it's a crap.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, the
I was
Milwaukee
about
Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, next 5 years, the Milwaukee Bucks will still be there.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Well, Junior played football back in the day, so physical contact, no problem for him.
Now, here's Westbrook. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Outside, Gilgeous Alexander. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And Junior with the basket on the assist by Gilgeous Alexander.
And this is Gilgeous Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
Here's Westbrook. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Paul with the steal. Oh, and here comes Gilgeous-Alexander all alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And so here is Houston. The Thunder making the shot. Westbrook with it. Now guarded by Gallinari. Gilgeous-Alexander against Harden. And the shot goes down.
The versatility of Harden. Still no one's figured out exactly how to defend him.
Paul against Westbrook. Paul dishes to Junior. Westbrook with the block. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Kenny, when you came into the NBA as a rookie, was there a veteran who stepped in to become your mentor?
My first coach, Bill Russell, was a mentor.
Was your mentor?
Yes, yes. You know, which is even funnier, like the former players of North Carolina were my mentors because we played
some of those guys.
Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Walter Davis.
That's like a Hall of Fame class.
Yeah. I mean, all those guys were still in the league, and they would come back and they would tell stories about what it takes to be in the NBA and how you got to stay there. So those were my mentors.
And you drank in every word.
Oh, every second, yeah.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Here's Westbrook. Gallinari making his last shot. Paul with the steal. No good on the shot. Harden with the defensive effort. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. 4-point game. Drains the three-pointer. Tucker's got 6.
Wow, and Harden attracts so much attention from the defense. He creates shot opportunities for his guys.
Paul passes to Junior. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got assist number 5 here tonight. Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Pass to Tucker. Here's Gordon. Harden outside. Latrey. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Have to rush Harden off that line. He's downright lethal from out there.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Here's Nader. A 14-point game for him in the win against Portland. The shot, no good. And it's Houston the other way. To the paint. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And every team needs a go-to scorer late in close games. Kenny, when you think about your list of what qualities are essential to be that guy in crunch time, what are they?
I think to be a great crunch time player is to not look at it as crunch time. It's like, these are the shots that I would take regardless of the situation. I think LeBron got criticized for that early in his career when he would pass up shots. But he takes the same shot regardless of the situation, which makes him more comfortable.
I would have to agree with that. The other thing, too, as the game has changed, I think your ability to be able to set up the shot, to Kenny's point, like because the court's open now, right? You're not, it's not as physical, so if I can move without it and get to my sweet spots, and I think that also helps you to be able to finish in rhythm. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up.
On the floor. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Gordon finds Harden. Back to Gordon. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Taking a look at the Thunder. They've got Junior. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Nader in at the 3 slot. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Rockets.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Well, the league continues to test out new rules. The coaches' challenge now, guys, extended from its one-year trial. What do you think about that, Kenny? You approve?
Well, coaches always had something to say about calls, so now they can take action to it. So, yeah, I think that it's needed once a game. But I also think if you get it right, you should keep being able to challenge multiple times. If you get it right, that means I could get another one. If I get that right, I could get another one. I should just stop.
What do you think, Greg?
I like that theory in terms of having more
get a
than one.
reward
if
for
you earn it. You know, and most coaches are still figuring out how to use it because more often than not, you don't want to use it early in the game, even if it's a significant play, because later in the game, as we all know, that last 2 minutes, if it's a close game, that you do not want to lose because of the officials.
And we've got an update here, so let's check.
Guys, Junior in his last outing against the Trailblazers really lit up the floor. He ended up with 62 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. The stat line was filled, and the whole league was talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confidence that he can build on that prior success.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And boy, I tell you what, he's really coming to his own this year. I mean, that is an enormous step up from what he shot at the line last season.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Back to Paul. Fires the 3. The Rockets pull it in.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Not too long ago, we saw a number of NBA players balk at joining the U.S. national team. Kenny is someone who has played in the colors of red, white, and blue representing this country. Why aren't players lining up to represent the U.S.?
Well, I think it's also a combination of the teams. The investment that they have in their personal players individually from a contractual standpoint. They're scared of the risk. So it's not just the player's decision. I'm sure that there are teams that are calling their players and say, we'd rather you not play.
And we've seen big-time injuries in that regard.
And the other thing is, too, our guys now, back when we played, you only did international competition once. Right now, some of these guys have done it for 5, 6, 7 times.
Yes.
And you factor in their long runs in the postseason, man, that's a lot of wear and tear on the body.
A lot of basketball. Under trailing by 7. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rockets with the rebound. Tucker's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the foul called on Junior. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
It's Harden with the drive.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Tries from 10. And it's rebounded by Covington. Houston leading by 7. High post shot. And Houston again with the bucket.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
looking around. Over Westbrook. Paul with the buckets. Paul's got 8 points.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
We hear all these different terms about resting players, but Kenny, load management seems to be the one that is stuck. Is that something you wish was around, for instance, when you play?
Honestly, I probably didn't want it, but if I used it, I would have been a much better player. Honestly, because your body is at 170 pounds, 6'3", is not built to play 82 games in playoffs. It's not built for that. Your body's just not meant for that. So yes, I might have been, Greg, I might have been in a couple All-Stars, man. I think, man, I could have done some things.
But wasn't there pride in players in playing 82 games?
And in all reality, the pride was in you had to work for that next contract. The dollars are such now that
fascinating to get your take.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the... And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout. Here's checked in for Mike Muscala. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Westbrook in at the point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
And you see how complete a player Paul is, capable of scoring from anywhere.
Paul against Westbrook, outside Gordon. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. From deep, Harden. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander. Free throw good, James Harden.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right, got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Paul against Westbrook. Here's Nader. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Nader's got 6 points.
Boy, the floor awareness of Chris Paul. Got to respect that. I mean, whenever one of his guys is open, he's getting the ball to him quickly and on time.
Westbrook against Paul. Outside Gordon. To the middle. Here's Harden. An easy 2 points on the layup. Harden's got 27.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Nader, defended by Gordon. Jr., good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Boy, Jr. packs a lot of production into his minutes on the floor because he gives great effort on the glass.
Pass to Gordon. Now here's Westbrook. He kicks it to Harden. In the corner, it's Gordon. They grab their own miss. Out of hand on it.
Junior doing a nice job there, making sure that shot didn't get up.
Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Tucker. And it's off from three-point range. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket.
And scouts question whether Gilgeous-Alexander could finish through contact. There's your answer.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And Houston calls their first timeout of the game.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. The three from Harden. And Tucker kicks to Gordon. Another miss by Houston. Thunder trailing by 14. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you.
And after over a decade with the Thunder, last season, Russell Westbrook starting fresh with the Rockets, a superstar pairing with longtime friend James Harden.
And Greg, there were some legitimate questions about Harden and Westbrook and how they would play together. Westbrook not the floor spacer they looked to put around Harden.
And that preceded their moves at the trade deadline. I mean, committing to small ball. Westbrook, the lone non-shooter from distance, unlocked, though, to attack the paint. And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And this young man, a rising scorer who continues to improve. Gilgeous-Alexander may soon be the focal point of every opponent's scouting report.
The first one falls. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Down low, and Junior throws it down.
Showtime is what Junior is putting on right now. My goodness, he gets one to fall, and the floodgates are open.
Houston leading by 13. Outside Gordon. And the pass to Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Back to Gordon. Another miss by Houston.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Westbrook. Almost, but it rolls out. Thunder trailing by 11. Here's Junior, and the lead is down inside single digits. Junior's got 10 points in just the second half. Rockets shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Pass to Tucker. Three-pointer. The Rockets again can't hit.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Junior with it. 21 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Schroeder, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
His mid-range shot is very solid. I mean, for some reason, the defense let him have it.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Andre Robertson comes in for Gallinari. And Alec Burks subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocked loose. Adams with it. Now defended by McLemore. Here's Schroeder. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some run-outs.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Houston.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
Pass to Layman. They need this one. And it's Junior with the rebound. Junior's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
Oh, wow. And that's the kind of dunk that can energize a team. Junior's here to inspire.
Houston in the lead. Pass to Rivers. McLemore with the ball. Outside, Green. Back to McLemore. The pass to Clemens. Just 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot off. Here's Green. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Timeout called the Rockets.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Nader's checked in. Here's Layman. He has 6. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Steven Adams picks one up. This is his first free throw of the game.
This season, the percentage right around 72%, so not the kind of success he was hoping for.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Kicks to Rivers. Another miss by Houston. The Thunder leading by 4. Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
Junior bouncing off the floor for that throwdown.
Timeout called the Rockets. Junior really making a difference here.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Here's Clemens. He's got 8. Passes to McLemore. Here's Lehman. Rivers surveying the D. Clemens, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Here's Clemens. He's guarded by Schroeder. Green left side. Clock at 6. Rivers gets a wide open look. And that time, also a missed shot.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And not backing down from the physical defense. Junior embraces taking on these challenges.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
The Rockets making a switch here. Covington's checked in. Here's McLemore. They kick it out to Green. Houston now working with the new shot clock.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Schroeder passes to Adams. Hall. It's rebounded by Houston. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Clemens over Paul. They get it again.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy